Hey guys, I hope that you are doing well today. So I wanted to hop right in and just kind of share something that I guess God put on my spirit. I'm going to say it was the Holy Spirit. Normally, I haven't done many of these pop-ups, but this just came to me, and so I want to share. So for those of you that are watching live, you know that we are in the midst of our 21-day challenge. And so we're really taking these 21 days to just really abstain from foods that have become a hindrance to us. These foods are triggers that cause us to overeat. And so I wanted to share a principle that I have learned from another 21-day challenge coach. Her name is Deanna Lay, and she leads another group. And even though I lead this group here at Loving God More Than Food, it's important for me to be accountable to someone else, someone higher, than me. And so I'm also in a 21-day challenge group just so I can be accountable, and also so I can continue to learn how to be an even better leader. But one of the things that Deanna has talked about is developing an I will statement. And if you received my email today, you already know it's underneath the tip of the day. And it's all about developing an I will statement. And so what that means is, y'all, we're going to get triggered. We have developed a habit. We have developed really patterns of running to food when we feel triggered, or when we find ourselves in a situation where we may feel uncomfortable, we may feel afraid, we may feel anxious, and in the past, we have run to food. So how do we address these triggers? Well, one of the things that Deanna has taught is to develop an I will statement. And so what this I will statement is, it's a declaration. It's almost like a mantra that when you face and when you experience these triggers, not only do we, sit and feel our emotions, process our emotions, but we also develop really the next steps. So that's why I'm titling this, look, I feel triggered. I'm triggered to overeat, but now what? So as we are in week 2 of our 21-day challenge, I am committed to providing practical steps to help you in real life situations. So let's walk out what this I will statement looks like in real life. Recently, one of our friends in this group, she shared how she realizes that when she is on the road, she knows that she is triggered to overeat. And y'all know how it is, right? You're in a car. Maybe you're driving, you're bored, or maybe you're in a car, on a trip, and, there may be some emotions tied to this trip. And what else is easy to do? You can listen to the radio and you drive with one hand, and the other hand can just be, stuffing food into your mouth. And so in an instance like that, our friend, she can develop an I will statement that says, when I do take road trips, and I know that I am going to be triggered to overeat, I'm going to be triggered to eat unhealthy things, I will do X, Y, and Z instead. And so some of the examples for her I will statement can be, I'm going to choose to, concentrate on listening to a podcast or listening to an audiobook instead of my normal trigger to, reach for cookies. Or I will call a friend while I'm driving to help take my mind off of my flesh wanting to eat these extra foods. Or whatever her I will statement is, I will make sure that, I have water in my car so I can take sips of water and make sure that I'm hydrated instead of overeating or going to these negative foods. And so really it's all about, y'all, developing I will statements in advance so that we do not succumb to the temptation. And that's for us during the course of these 21 days and even life in general. And so I can just give like an example, and I think I shared this, in the email that I sent out this morning. But recently I felt triggered. I was feeling stressed and just anxious about something now. I don't even remember what it was, but at that moment it was a big deal. And I realized that I had developed a pattern that when I feel stressed, I want to reach out for something salty and crunchy. And so I wanted to go get some Mexican. But I understand that I cannot afford to feed my emotions, that, you know, there are so many consequences to doing that. And really, as a believer, you know, I should always run to God. So that's first and foremost. As believers, we know that the first step is, okay, God, what is it that I'm feeling? And what does your word say about this emotion? And I think the next step, just kind of a practical step, is, okay, what am I going to do now? And so one of my I will statements is that if I'm feeling stressed or if I'm feeling overwhelmed, you know, one of my I will statements is that I'm going to take a walk. Now, if I can take a walk, I will do that. But there are some instances like where I may not be able to go take a walk. Another I will statement is that I'm going to take 5 deep breaths. I learned in church that when we breathe deeply, inhale, exhale deeply for 5 seconds, what that does is that resets the central nervous system. And so, you know, just taking deep breaths. So I just want to share this with you. So triggers are going to come, but today, this week, let's focus on what your I will statements will be. So you know that whatever it is that maybe, you know, when your boss, you know, doesn't like your performance at work, or when someone says something that may trigger you, you know, they do it all the time. Develop what is going to be your I will statement. Instead of running to food, instead of running to other things, you know, what is going to be your I will statement? What are you going to do to counteract that trigger? Because triggers are going to come. So this is us playing a little bit offense, right? This is us being prepared for whatever darts the enemy may come our way, that we have already made up in our minds. We've already renewed our minds. We've made up our minds that when these attacks come, we are going to be prepared. So, all right, you guys, I just wanted to share that with you. Let me know if this is helpful. And in the comments, what I want you to share is, what is your I will statement? That when X, Y, Z happens, what is your I will statement? I really believe that we can help each other out by just sharing our I will statements. Okay, so I want to read yours. I want to hear from you. Okay, let me know what you think by just posting in the comments. Those of you watching on YouTube, you too, you include what is your I will statement in the comments. All right, y'all, be blessed. Talk to you later. Bye.